We can both have. How you
I
doing?
gotta get my picture.
Lovely getting to know you.
They were already coupled up, so they got to leave together. And if what they have is real, I know they're gonna keep on getting.
Cassie has my jaw on the floor. Oh my god, I'm in tears. Cassie's crazy. She says that, at least Harrison and Emily are going to home together as a couple. So if whatever they had was genuine, they can carry on with it on the outside, which is the truth. And for Harrison to say, I'm going to be in America for the next 2 months, so I'll send Emily a message. Seriously, you'll send her a message, or you'll discuss it before she goes home and you go to Miami. Make it make sense. But anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 5, Episode 19. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely subscribe. Okay, so the islanders vote because they've been asked. The girls need to decide which boy is going home, and the boys need to decide which girl is going home. Looking at the polls from the website, it shows that obviously Harrison, even if they'd gone to public votes, Harrison was still going home, Emily was still going home. So whether the islanders chose who's going home or not doesn't make any sense. And Harrison and Emily have done their post-island interview where they said, they had a consensus that Destiny deserved to go home. But even if Destiny went home, they still needed a guy from those bottom four, so it still could have been Harrison, so it doesn't make any difference anyway. So the girls decide, and I like the fact that they looked at everybody critically. I think if they were to send two couples home, Kenzo and Carmen should have followed them. But I think Harrison had left such a bad taste in everyone's mouth in the villa, the way he handled the Destiny situation. There's no way you would have Imani, KK, and Hannah sit together and expect them not to fight for Destiny. There's no way, whether or not they get along with Destiny. But the fact that these are three women of color and you've wronged one of them, there's no way you was going to get away with that. I don't mean they did it because of race, but I just mean that there is no way they were not going to hold Harrison accountable for his actions. And they were right to say that he keeps his cards close to his chest. I think this is one of the reasons why he and Destiny got along very well, because they both keep their cards close to their chest. They did communicate amongst themselves, and I don't know whether Destiny would always keep the girls in the loop or whatever, but it was shocking that they went from standing by the fire pit, hugging and cuddling, recoupled, and then suddenly they're separated. So yes, the girls were right to say he keeps his cards close to his chest. We don't know what his intentions are or what he's after, so we've decided to send him home, because the only other person they could have sent home in those four guys would have been Kenzo. KK said if they send Kenzo home and Carmen doesn't go home, how will they face Carmen? I think that's what determined their decision. For the guys, I think the guys had alternatives, because obviously Mikey spoke about Destiny, because Jonah was saying, I want Destiny to go home, and it's like, why do you want Destiny to go home? Is it because she's refused to kiss you or let you cuddle her or do anything? Or is it because there's a specific reason? She's not attracted to you romantically. She didn't graft you for you to be in a couple with her. I've already repeated this countless times. So what is your justification for wanting to send Destiny home? She's getting to know Mike. She doesn't need to tell you every single thing that's going on with Mike. You asked her and she refused to tell you what was going on with Mike because she wanted to make sure she was sure about what was going on. So Destiny did not deserve to go home, because as far as I'm concerned, she's the main character of this season. Harrison could have been her co-star, but he decided to follow his little Harrison. And then Carmen could have gone home. I think the boys' reasoning was, whoever the girls pick, we will send their partner home. So because the boys were mainly set on Cassie and Carmen, but then I think they said, if the girls pick, because there's three couples up there, whoever the girls pick, we're sending the partner home. So once the islanders announced that Harrison and Emily are going home, obviously they start saying their goodbyes. Harrison, you can tell he's not happy at all that he's going home. He's not happy. And I think the problem is the way he handled the Destiny situation. There was no way he could sort of redeem himself from that, because the girls loved how he was sort of very attentive, caring, loving and caring when he was coupled up with Destiny. But the fact that they went for recoupling as a couple and very lovey-dovey, and then after recoupling they just parted ways, and that doesn't make sense to the viewers, and it didn't make sense to the islanders. This is why they were saying we don't understand. You sort of rubbed us the wrong way, and I'm not surprised that KK, Hannah, and Imani voted for Harrison. There's no way they could have sat there, made a decision, and sent anybody else except for Harrison. The only reason why they would send someone like Kenzo is if they really didn't like Kenzo, or if they were having issues with Carmen, maybe. But they were not going to send Leo, and they were not going to send Kenan. So the only two people they were deciding between was Kenzo and Harrison. And sadly, Harrison, because of the way he treated Destiny, this is why the girls sent him home. This is the reason why they sent him home. And I have to say, yeah, I wanted Carmen to go home. Harrison, I would have wanted him to stay if Emily was not staying, because Emily was grinding my nerves. She was on my last nerve, the way she kept going on at Destiny and sort of trying to nitpick at every single thing that Destiny was doing. That's why I wanted her to go home. The guys, I think their decision was based on the fact that they knew that Destiny, Mike spoke up on her behalf and said, we're building something with Destiny. We're trying to see if we've got a connection. We've already spoken just before we came down. This is what we're speaking about. And I think that sort of pushed Jonah out of the way, because Jonah really was gunning for Destiny. And I think had Marco sort of ganged up with him, that would have left the other two guys. They would have been at a deadlock, and it would have been difficult for them to make a decision. So, which meant they were stuck between Cassie and Carmen. And the boys then, I think their decision was based on the fact that there were three couples that stood up there. Destiny, Mike was fighting for Destiny, so they couldn't send Destiny home, which meant it was the three couples left. And so I think their decision was just, okay, fine, we've got three couples. Whoever the guy is that the girls pick, we're sending their partner home. So even if the girls had picked Leo, Cassie was going home. If the girls had picked Kenzo, Carmen was going home. It was the boys' decision was based on who the girls picked. That's my opinion. Harrison, obviously, you could tell he was seething. He was seething. He was upset. He wasn't happy. And what did he expect? The way he maneuvered after he was recoupled is the reason why the islanders didn't trust him, and the reason why they decided to send him home, because he was saying, I was prepared to stay right up until the end. Yes, you were prepared, but had you been smart and had you not let little Harrison dictate what you did, then you would have stayed in the villa. But because you allowed little Harrison to run the show, this is why you and Emily are going home. Emily was telling the girls, I was waiting for somebody else to turn my head, but nobody else seemed to grab my attention. And so, but anyway, I'm happy they didn't, because I'm now living with Harrison. And it's like, I don't think Harrison is as into you, or you are as into Harrison as much as you make out. Cassie, obviously, with her comment made me laugh. And then Harrison and Emily were talking for their exit interview, and she was, it was fun while it lasted, and blah. And it's like, so were you two really connected, or were you only connected to be on the show? How strong was your connection? How strong was it? And Harrison was, I'm going to be in Miami for 2 months, so I'm going to reach out to Emily. It's like, why do you need to reach out? She's right next to you. You can talk to her on your way to the hotel, on your way to the airport. You can talk to her. You don't need to wait to reach out to her to find out when you can see her. I don't think that connection is genuine. I think it's more a sexual connection, and I think aesthetically they look okay. But then I think the only reason they would stay together is if they think there is a financial benefit. Otherwise, I really don't see them lasting, because nothing they said on their exit interview made me believe that they're two people that are genuinely interested in one another. It's interesting that as soon as Harrison and Emily left, Destiny started making out publicly with Mike, and it's like, Destiny, why were you hiding? Why were you hiding? You're still on TV. But she seems happy, which I like for her, because she really was sad. I think just the sight of them was really bringing her down. So at least now she doesn't have to worry that she's going to bump into them or whatever. So I'm happy for her. Hopefully whatever she has with Mike builds. And then you have Hannah and Marco deciding to be closed off. Hannah saying she's seeing herself decorating Christmas trees. Marco's only 22. How old is Hannah, by the way? I don't remember. Can someone let me know in the comments? And for me, they might date for a while, but for the children to settle down, Marco is still very immature, very, very immature. He still has a lot of growing to do. But they've decided to close off, so I wish them all the best. We don't know what will happen in Casa. Leo and Cassie, they're very happy. They're ecstatic. they say they see themselves, going the distance. They think they might be falling. They really, like each other and stuff. And it's like, it's a bit too early. You still have Casa to go through. You still have a couple of more, things to deal with before you'd say you're closed off or you're falling in love. But Leo seems to have settled down from his escapades with Anna and everybody else in the villa. So I think, hopefully, I don't know, because Leo comes across as more mature to me than Marco. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. And then Kenzo is saying that, oh, if they had sent Carmen home, he would have gone home. Why didn't you volunteer? Why didn't you volunteer yourself to go home? You already know Carmen from home anyway. Don't make it seem like this is someone that you found out of the blue. You already know each other. So why don't the two of you go home, go to the gym and continue with whatever you're doing? I don't get it. And then Bergie was laughing that how is he still in the villa when he's single and a romantic couple have gone home? Well, we are all wondering, Bergie. We are all wondering. And we hope, something works out for you. And then you have the girls sort of laughing at Destiny, saying Destiny is in love with Mike. And I think she's infatuated. Do I think she's in love? I don't know. I am a bit suspicious of Mike, obviously, because people were saying he only dates snow bunnies. So I don't know whether it's just something that he does for his YouTube or whether it's something that he's very serious or particular about. We'll see how that plays out. All the islanders go to bed and people are still sad because apparently Leo and Harrison are very close. So he says he's really going to miss Harrison, but everybody's busy making out, so I assume they've moved on. So in the morning, obviously the girls have their debriefing, the boys have their debriefing, and sort of Destiny is just telling everybody that, she shared a passionate kiss with Mike and she's happy, and the girls can see that she's happy and they're happy for her because KK said it's nice to see you happy. I think it's like dating someone, having feelings for someone, and then you break up, and then you get to see them move on with their new partner while you don't have someone. So I understand where she's coming from in the sense that it must have been very tough for her every morning to wake up and see Harrison and Emily. And I know they might not have done it intentionally or tried to rub it in her face, but it's not easy. It's not easy. So for them to go home, I think was sort of like a sigh of relief for Destiny, and she could allow herself to be free and to explore connections without sort of worrying about seeing Harrison around the corner every time. And Mike also tells the guys that his connection with Destiny is improving and he thinks things are going great. He then sits down with Imani to sort of talk. I think Imani is interested in Keenan, and I think Keenan is interested. And KK, if I were her, if when they go to Casa, I would look for someone because Keenan has never been interested in her. He's tolerated her, in my opinion, but I don't think she's his type. Or what else can I say? I just don't think. I think he likes her, but I don't think he likes her enough to close things off. That's my opinion. I know he keeps saying that, oh, he wants a test to make sure that they'll be able to survive in the real world. And it's like, what makes you think that once you're in the real world, you're not going to need another test? That doesn't make sense to me. So the fact that Imani is sort of interested and KK knows he's interested, and Mike encourages her to be honest with Keenan and let him know where she stands so that she doesn't have any regrets when she leaves the villa. And it's going to be difficult. I can see that being another Destiny, Harrison, and Emily situation, in the sense that Keenan is going to move on with Imani and leave KK in the dust, and KK is going to be heartbroken. And then the girls are going to end up having to evict Keenan with Imani so that she can have peace. Or KK is going to end up going home. And then you have the girls chatting in the dressing room, and Leo is there. He's their gossip buddy. It reminded me of Scott and Catherine and Whitney on the Love Island UK. So they're just talking about the fact that Keenan, I like how Destiny is fighting for Keenan and is trying to make sure that KK knows that Keenan really likes her. And it's like, maybe there are parts of Keenan that we as viewers don't get to see that Destiny sees. That's why she's championing this relationship. But from what I have seen, Keenan has not really been all out for KK, and it makes it difficult to sort of want him to be with her in a coupling and for her to close herself off. I think she should have been open to the idea of getting to know other people. I think she should have explored other connections, especially Mike. When he came in, he was interested in her, but she, she was too late, and now Destiny's in there. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So while the girls get ready, and while they're getting ready, they receive a message to say that you know, they will be going to a VI party to Casa Amor. They're ecstatic. They're running around. They're jumping. They're excited, really, because this is something they were all looking forward to. And because only Hannah and Marco are in this actually closed off coupling that I don't think is that closed off. But anyway, I think Casa Amor has come at the right time because then people can make their decisions and decide whether they want to close off or not. Keenan is busy telling Marco that he's planning on closing things off with KK. And it's like, when? You've just been speaking to Imani and telling her that you really want to pursue things with her. And then suddenly you want to be closed off with KK. Make it make sense. Keenan is playing games. I don't know what game he's playing, but he's playing games and he's playing amateur games. It's really sad. And then the girls are celebrating. Obviously, they changed their outfits again because they want to look amazing for Casa Amor. The guys were waiting. I don't know how they didn't hear anything with all the ruckus the girls were making because it was so loud and so noisy, but then maybe it's soundproof. So the boys eventually decide to go and look for the girls and they realize the girls have gone to Casa Amor. Keenan is like a wet dog. He's so upset because he was really trying to close things off with KK before she went to Casa Amor. That's the impression that I get. Berg is ecstatic because he's now in Casa Amor. He didn't think he'd make it. So hopefully one of the girls will like him. Hopefully the producers will give him a girl that really likes him and he can form a couple. What do I think? I wish Keenan had made his mind up earlier, really. I wish it, because KK really seemed to be all in on him right from the jump. And it's sad that even when she made her opinion known when they were on day one, that she really liked Keenan and that's why she was happy, he didn't take that as a hint and work on it. Instead, he was open to exploring connections. And now he's in a position whereby KK can and will explore hopefully things with other guys in Casa Amor and might actually come back with someone. I see her coming back with someone. I think she's going to do an Ella and come back with someone, and that's going to be amazing to see how Kenan feels when the shoe is on the other foot. The boys obviously are worried and they're also excited about Casa Amor, and I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. What do I think about the Casa boys? I think they are better looking than what the UK normally brings to Casa, so I give them that. That they're better looking. They're a bit older. I think there's a 27-year-old. So I think it's between 22 and 27. But do I see them having any potential with any of the girls? I don't think so. Destiny is obviously going to be reserved. She's been through a lot. She's been through 4 couplings and things were starting to look amazing for her with Mike. So I don't know whether she wants to risk not getting to know someone on the assumption that Mike won't do anything or whether it's worth her trying to explore connections. Iman is ready to dive in head first. She's ready. She's already looking to see who she's likely to explore connection with. KK is also interested. Hannah is closed off, so I don't know how long she's going to stay closed off because a couple of the guys have mentioned that they are interested in her. Cassie has seen some potential in some guys, but she's worried about Leo, so she's going to think about that. And then Carmen. Carmen, I don't know where she stands because Carmen already knows Kenzo from home, so for me, I think she's going to want to play it safe and stay with Kenzo, but hey, it is what it is. Obviously, Sarah Highland has a chat with him about the guys and they're going to explore. I don't know. Will it be explosive? I think it will be explosive if Cassie or KK bring someone back, or even Hannah. I think the guys will be rocked because they guys think that they have them on lock, and so seeing the girls walking with someone is going to create a lot of drama. I think there's going to be a meltdown, but we'll see how it goes. It was a great episode. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Bye everyone.